Okay, so I had a random idea that I wanted to draft my life like a fantasy football team. Yes, you heard me correctly. I know it's a crazy idea, but we're gonna make it happen. So, well, let me explain. First off, though, welcome back to day number 259 of 500. Yes, you heard me right. Day number 259 of 500. I'm posting 500 days straight. So, if this is your first time ever seeing me, consider subscribing down below and dropping a like because I'm making it happen. Stay tuned for some more bangers. We've got a couple more coming up, and I'm gonna make this freaking happen. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's explain the rules of how we are doing this draft. So basically, I've got some rules made up here. I'm gonna read them off to you guys. I'm the manager of the team, and I'm going to build it up just like you would in a fantasy football draft. It's gonna be round based, except I don't have anyone else to pick against. I'm just picking against myself. So I'm going to make up a bank of quote unquote characters that I pick from in these 4 different hobbies that I have selected. Category number 1 being food. Category number 2 is actually hobbies slash passions that I have. Category 3 is people, and category 4 is habits of mine. I'm gonna select 2 characters, again, quote unquote characters from each category, which will total out to 8 players in total. And you can see I kind of ran out of room on the board, so our player bank down here on category 4 is just kind of sharing the playing field, sharing playing time, but our picks will still be written in right there. But the rest of them, I'm about to write in all the different choices I can think of in my head, and then we'll go through and we'll actually put ourselves on the clock like it's a real draft. That way we have to pick them, and once we do pick them, I have it wrote up here that I am not allowed to make any trades or nothing. Once I pick them, they are picked. So if I go through, I pick them both, and I regret something, oh well, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to roll with it. Hopefully that all made sense. Let's actually get into it. Let me write down all of the players we're going to pick from, and then we'll jump in and we'll start picking from the first category. Actually, you know what, now that I'm here and I'm trying to write down everything that I want to pick from, we're running out of room. So let me reorganize the board, and then I will show you guys how we're going to do the new layout, and then we'll get into it. Okay, here's what our new board is now looking like. I think it's actually a lot sleeker and a lot cleaner, and you can definitely tell a lot easier how everything looks. So over here, we'll write all the available players that I am able to draft, and then over here is actually my roster. Get a little closer up so you can see we broke it down by categories, and you can also see down there I have an FA slot number 9 and number 10. I decided we're gonna have 2 free agents on the squad at the end. These will be ones that are not on the board at all. So any ones that I write available for these categories, it will not be from that. It won't be ones that I didn't pick, that I want to have. Say I wanted 3 foods instead of 2. That's not how it works. We're doing 2 of them that are completely rogue and not related to these categories at all. Now, our first category, I'm pretty happy with it. It's going to consist of 12 different players available for us to choose from. I'll let you guys kind of read them all right here. You can see them. We got steak, we got mac and cheese, we got Chipotle, Wendy's, McDonald's, bananas, eggs, all that good stuff. There's a couple more on there I didn't read out, but you get the idea. I'll try to keep it here as well. I don't know how well you'll be able to read it, but I'll try my best to do this. And I'll be honest, making this list up, I tried to make it so that it, again, relates to my life and stuff that, relates to me and that I pick, but I also had to throw in a couple ones here and there that are kind of wild and you wouldn't think of to pick, but it still has to relate to me. That's the whole point of this. It's my life. So we got the ground rules laid out. Here we go. We're starting the timer. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. I'm thinking, listen, number 1 overall pick, it's obvious. It's got to be steak. If you guys have watched the channel at all, if you know me in real life at all, steak is amazing. I've said it on here recently, within just the past couple days, I believe. I even said with Logan that steak is literally my favorite food ever. I think it was in that food Would You Rather. I said that. It's the best food in the world ever, so that's our number 1 right there. We have steak. Now for the second one, out of these options, listen, Chipotle is speaking to me. I still have 30 seconds. Chipotle is speaking to me just because that's a complete player right there. You know what you're getting with him. Like, that's a whole package. Okay, steak's cooking. Like, steak's cooking whoever he plays. That's just honest. That's easy right there. But number 2, I'm thinking Chipotle. He's a complete player. He's a two-way guy. You know what you're getting in him. You know you're getting the complete package the whole time. I'm coming down to the end, 5 seconds, and I'll be honest, it's got to be Chipotle for me. I don't see any of these other options that I want to take over it. There it goes. I'm off the clock, so we're going to write it in. A steak and Chipotle at picks number 1 and 2 over here. I think that's the right choices. Out of everything I have here, I think those are the right picks. If you would pick something else, let me know. I just don't see anything else that I personally would want more than that. Maybe we should have taken instant ramen over here, and just because of the fact that he's there. Like, if you need him, he's there right away. You only gotta wait a couple seconds. You hit him up on the phone, you're like, hey man, I need you, boom, he's there for you, So maybe, but other than that, burgers got snubbed, I'm being honest. I love burgers and mac and cheese, especially if my mom's homemade. Okay, we got to quit thinking about it. I already remember choices. Let's write them in. Let's move on to the next category. Because you guys got to remember too, when we're making this list, we're making it as if we're building a real team. That's why I started comparing them right there. I think steak and Chipotle will do us well. We just got to keep that in mind going on. Who else we need on the roster, because those boys, they're cooking. So we just got to find ones that match their play style. Honestly, I think we found our star players already, potentially. I'm just throwing that out there. I didn't realize how quickly either that minute would go by when I'm trying to actually look and think about how these players would be on an actual roster. I mean, that's scary, especially moving into hobbies and passions, because we've got some good ones here. For this one, I think we're going to have to categorize it, and an example I'll give you is Call of Duty and Valorant. They're both video games. I think we're just going to have to categorize it as video games, because if we didn't, I would have way too many to pick from, like 200 to pick from. You got to think of all the different video games I play, all the different sports that I play and watch. There would just be too much. So we're going to categorize things into main things. I came up with 7 different things after we categorized it to choose from. I also tried to write it a little bit neater for you guys this time. That way it wouldn't be so difficult to read. Just don't mind my bad handwriting. 1, we have sports. 2, we have the gym. 3, YouTube. 4, we have video games. 5, we have Legos. 6, we have television. And 7, we have Twitch. I couldn't think of any others. I'm sure I'll make this. We'll move on to the next category and I'll think of some right away. You gotta think though, these are hobbies / passion, so it's stuff that I just do in my free time, and categorizing it really took away a lot of those and made it all very simple. But enough of that. We need to start the timer before we get to thinking about it. Boom, there we go, 1 minute on the clock. All right, here's what I'm thinking, y'all. I think I lied last round. I think our star player is right here at number 2, the gym. I think that's our guy. I mean, you know he's showing up every day. You know he's in there. He's putting the work in. That's our guy. I think we have to take Jim. So that's 1 off the board. Boom, right there. We got Jim. We're going to mark him, actually, so we know that we took him. Boom, circle him. Wabam. Now we have to pick from the rest of these. Legos are pretty fire. In fact, I built this one just yesterday. It's a Charizard, Pokemon Charizard. So, ooh, you know what I didn't put on here? Like, I know video games is on here, but like Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, like mobile games? Low-key sleeper pick. Okay, we got to log back in. We got about 19 seconds. Sports, see, for the roster purposes, I don't think sports is good. Television, definitely not good. It's outdated. I might as well pick YouTube, Twitch. It's all right. We're coming down to the end. I don't know what to do. Let's go video games. Let's go video games. Time's up. Second pick, video games. Did we snub somebody? I don't know. This one's kind of tough. Like I said, we categorized it. I think it made it tough on me. I don't know if we made the right choices or not. I hope we did. I'm kind of thinking YouTube. YouTube might have been a good one to go to, just because that's like your locker room guy. You know, that's the vet you keep signing and bringing back, just because you know he's got the leadership, he's got the vibes. You know, you can go ask him whatever question you want and you can find it. You can look up anything on YouTube. You can probably find that video. I mean, look at me making a video about drafting my life like it's a fantasy football team. I went with video games ultimately though, just because I think it outweighs the benefits that I would get if YouTube was on my squad. Because video games, man, he's just got variety, dude. Like, you need him to be your star guy for one night. He can do it. You need him to just take a laid-back role and be the guy that fills in everywhere. He can do that. He can play pretty much any role you want. Is that invalid to say, or is that valid? I think it's valid. I think video games is that guy. We might have fumbled. Low-key, we might have fumbled. Maybe we should have went with the locker room leadership with YouTube. Next, we have people and then habits. So we got to find a locker room leader somewhere in there, you know. Get that vet on the roster. People, I think I've got one in mind that we could do, actually. For this category as well, I'll try to keep it to people that you guys might have seen on the channel before or might know of, have heard me talk about, right? We'll try and keep it to that. That way you guys can kind of relate to it, and it's not just random people in my life who you wouldn't know. We've came up with 8 different people who you guys might have seen on here, or just, you know, general. The first 4 are family members of mine. I have my mom, my dad, and then my 2 brothers, Nate and Alex. And then after that, at number 5, we got Logan. 6, we have Colin. You guys have seen both of them on here. They're my friends. And then 7 is Tanner. He's also one of my friends. He's also a YouTuber. Shout out to him. I will put him in the description. Consider subscribing to him if you haven't already. Check him out. He posts banger stuff. He's been posting a lot of MCOC recently, Marvel Contest of Champions. It's a fun game. Check it out. Watch him, and also subscribe to my channel while you're here if you haven't already. I appreciate it so much. And number 8, this is a throwback for people who have been here since before I started this 500-day challenge. And I'm talking years ago, because when I was just a little kid, 14 years old, on Modern Warfare 2019. I put together my own competitive team, and we played in matches. You can see those videos. They're still live on this channel right now. So just picture it. 14-year-old me playing Modern Warfare 2019. I've got my own team put together, and all these guys are older than me. I'm leading the youngest person in this entire league, I'm pretty sure. And they're all listening to me. They're making the plays. They're setting up, or I'm setting up the scrim time, and we're playing the scrims at these times, and they're listening to what I say. It's kind of wild when you think about it, but shout out to them. They're all great. I love them. I still talk to them to this day. But Mr. Solo Dolo, he was the oldest of us all, and he was kind of that squad leader. You know what I mean? He had the experience. He had the leadership. So that's where I think this comes into play. Let's get our time started on the clock here. 1 minute. As I said, he's kind of the leadership guy. So I think we might pick him because we don't have one on this roster. And thinking ahead to habits, I'm not sure that we are going to get one. So I think we're going to pick him up. Let's go ahead and circle him. We got plenty of time. I'm not really too rushed. Let me get the cap off the marker again. Jeez, I'm selling my time to think about my other picks. Boom. Solo Dolo, you're selected. There's one pick. We need to pick the others. We got 30 seconds still. I'm thinking, listen, all these are great options. I can't lie. Colin, he's a D1 crash out. We might need that on the roster. So he might get picked. Logan, y'all know Logan. Logan's clutch. He always comes clutch. He got some clutch. He's got the ice in his veins. So that's kind of a good pick too. Nate and Alex, those are good picks, just like my mom and dad. But at the same time, I'm thinking of the value for the squad. I don't know. It's no diss. I love my family. It's not like I got beef with my family. It's just, oh no, we're in the final seconds. Listen, it's between Logan and Colin. Time's up. We're going with, oh my gosh, this is tough. Do we think, I mean, time's already up. I got to pick. I guess we're going with Colin. I guess. I don't know. We got to get a D1 crash out on the squad. And I think he's the one. And you guys know. You see him on here. He crashes out. So I think the squad is shaping up. We've got our star player over here in the gym, right? We've got Video Games, who I said is always there. He's so diverse. You can do anything. We got Chipotle. That's the complete package. So when I'm thinking Logan, always clutching up, always being there for stuff, Chipotle's kind of already that guy. Like, you know Chipotle is good for it, like I said earlier. And then Steak, like I said, that's your guy. Like, if Jim's having an off day, Steak's right there with him. They're 1A, 1B. It's like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We get some leadership in Solo Dolo. We get a crash out in Colin. There's no hate to all the other picks up here. These are just people that I tried to relate that you guys might already know in my life, because trust me, I could have a lot more picks up here. And it might look different too if we had those picks. But I think in terms of the squad and the team, I think these are two solid pickups for the team. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I struggled to come up with some habits of mine, so this is a pretty weak draft class we got going into this round. But we got staying up late at number 1, energy drinks at number 2, protein shake at number 3, procrastination at number 4. We have, what is that, number 5? Taking too long at number 5, as in, like, if I tell somebody that I'll be there in 30 minutes, I'll be there in 40 minutes because I'll be doing something before and I think I can get it done sooner and I can't get it done that time. Like, if someone asked me to hop on the game with them, I'd be like, oh yeah, give me 15, and it'll end up being an hour because I simply can't get the things done that I was already doing in that time. There's a word for it. I don't know what it is. You can look it up. There's like a specific term for it. And then last but not least, at number 6, we have YouTube while eating. See what I mean? It's just a weak draft class. I cannot think of anything. All right, we got to speed run this round. We took a little bit on the last one. Boom, start timer right now, 1 minute. Okay, staying up late. Listen, if you know me, you know I stay up late. I think this is a lock for us. I think we have to pick that one. Not necessarily because it's a good thing, but it's consistent at least. Like, I'm consistently up late. It's always gonna be there. So if I can take him and I can always know that I'm getting solid stats out of this guy, even if it is late in the game, we're taking it. So we're gonna circle him. That's number 1. Energy drinks. Now listen, energy drinks would be great. That's a guy that you can get in short bursts, get him in the game, like 6-man, and he'll provide the energy you need. But long term, it's not good. And my life, like, I don't really drink them like that. Protein shake, I do be having that every single day, so that's not a bad pick. We have 20 seconds left. Procrastination, that's a big one too. Taking too long to get on or like to do something, thinking I have more time than I do, that's a good one. YouTube while eating, I do that all the time. We have 5 seconds, more like 8, but we're gonna go with, oh my gosh, I actually don't know on this one. Who's good for the squad? Timer's going off. Okay, whatever. We're going protein shake. No. Yes, I already said it. I can't do trades. Gosh dang it. Dang. I was going to go energy drink, even though I don't really have it like that in my daily life. But protein shake I do have every day. So the cheers, bombs up, you guys see all the time. That's my protein shake. So I'll take it. That's not a bad pick. That's another consistent one. That's two consistent role players right there. And like I said, staying up late, you know what you're getting out of him. It's always there. So I know he's putting up good numbers. I kind of think we have a go to squad so far. I can't lie. Okay. That leaves us with just our free agents now. We have free agents that I'm going to just go ahead and write them in. Try my best to not make it related to these categories, but these categories are pretty broad, so it might fall under them, but like I'm not going to put another food on there, like I said earlier. That would just be stupid. All right, I've got my two free agents, and I think it's pretty fair. I think I got them to be different enough from the categories that it'll be okay. I'm not sure. You guys be the judges. But here is our final roster. And remember, categories were food for the first one, hobbies for the second one, people for the third one, and then habits for the fourth one, and then free agents down there. So what do you think of the list? First overall, we got steak. Second overall, we got Chipotle. Third overall, gym. Fourth overall, video games. And I think those are all solid picks right there. Listen, we went through them as we picked them, but I'm going to kind of re-elaborate once we get through the whole roster. So let's just go through the rest of it real quick. 5, we got Solo Dolo. 6, we have Colin. 7, we have staying up late. 8, we have protein shake. 9, we have traveling. And 10, we have meal prep. So those are my two free agents right there, traveling and meal prep. Now listen, I thought they fit in with the rest of the roster because traveling, listen, that's like your comedic relief. That's like the class clown, the locker room guy who just gets anyone laughing. And you look at the rest of this roster and what I said they are, we need that kind of guy on the team. We don't have him yet. Colin's a crash out. Video games is kind of just, he's all over. Like, you know, he can do whatever you want him to do, but not in that kind of way. He's not all over in the kind of way that it's comedic relief, like traveling would be in a sense. Not necessarily comedic relief, but just relief in general. Steak, like I said, that's your 1A, 1B guy. Chipotle, that's the complete package. You know what you're getting with him. Jim, that's your stall right there. That's who the roster is revolving around. Solo Dolo, he's our leader. And then I went with meal prep as well because it's like it's similar to a leader role, right? Because you know it's always done, you know it's always ready, and you know it's got you prepared for the rest of it. So that's low-key kind of like our scouter, right? Like he's the guy who's going in, he's doing extra for the team, and he's watching extra film even outside of practice sessions, and he's making sure that we are prepped and we know who we're looking for on the field, on the court, whatever we're on the diamond, all right, whatever it is, he's out there, he's looking for him. And then last but not least, I think is protein shake. We haven't covered it. Cheers, bottoms up. Listen, don't mind my bad handwriting, but that's the whole list. The protein shake, he's the guy, you know he's going to be there day in and day out, kind of like the gym, except he doesn't hit near as hard. He's kind of just a role player, right? He's on the bench, but he does his job every time. When he needs to do his job, he does it. He's not going to do it in any flashy way or nothing. He's just your old-fashioned, he's going to get it done mojo. So I think we've covered all the bases of a good roster right there. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see what it is one last time. Hopefully you got a good look at it. I don't think that's bad at all. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to do something a little bit different, a little unique, and I think we might have covered it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys all days and come back for the next one. Love y'all. Peace.